Okay guys, yeah, I will show you the quick review how to change the valve cover gasket in a 335. Is a N55, which is that's the 3.0 but with the twin turbo. It's a 335 BMW 2009, and it's gonna work out with the all same engines, the previous models, future models. I believe it starts from 2007 and end up somewhere 2012, I believe. I already take all the stuff from under the hood, and basically the last thing I will tell you later what we're gonna do. But the first steps, we got that cover here, the plastic one, then the air filter, some vacuum lines. First we'll starting with the plastic cover, which holds with the two screws at the corners. That cover will have two more smaller one. You just take them out. Got the two screws at the corners. I believe it's 8 millimeters. Then you also need to remove the 4 screws for the AC filter, and then you can just pull it out the plate. Oh, before you pull it out, there is gonna be all these wires. It's in a also little plastic thing. It's slides in under that plate, and basically you need to open it up, pull that all wires, and then you can easily remove that plastic thing, that plastic cover. Then you also gonna have the engine cover, the plastic one, the decorative plastic thing on the top of the engine. It holds with the 3 screws, 2 up front and 1 at the back. That kind. You know what I'm talking about. That's all the BMW bolts. Next step will be remove that stabilizer, which goes for one side. I left one of them, and second side for left and right. Just unscrew that bolt. You don't need to take it out completely. The one bolt you can screw it all the way out, and then just slide out that piece of metal, stabilizer or how you call it. After that, you'll have more space to work with that aim. Another thing, you need to unplug your battery. Be working with the fuel. It's fuel lines. After that, you can start removing the coils. It's 6 coils. It's easily removed. Coil located here, all the wires here. And then you take your connector. It'll be located this way. Easily, just you need to pull it up, that piece of plastic in there, and it's easily gonna remove the connector after magnet. Then just use that hole to put your finger in there and remove the coil. Also, we have three little screws in there. Actually, they are holding that 2 brown wires. It goes from for 2 coils, like for 2 connectors, it goes to the one brown, like 2 brown wires go to the one thing, and it's connect to that bolt in there. Also 8 millimeter socket. Unscrew it, take it out, take it off. Okay, one more thing I didn't tell you guys: the white and yellow wire, it goes straight to the 6 of them. I mean, that's little connectors what plug into it, and it's not hard to remove it, but you don't want to break that little leaf what like hold that pin in there. and I was using a really small screwdriver, and basically you just push it in the screwdriver between the leaf and between that little pin, and it's easily takes out. As well, you will find as far as you will unconnect all these wires here, you're gonna need to remove that plastic panel what holds all these wires in there. Basically unscrew two 10mm sockets, 10mm bolts. It's a 10mm socket actually. Unscrew them, take that plate in there. You're not gonna take it out because the wire's not gonna let you do it, but you can open it up in the same spot and then just remove all the wires, place them to the right side, I mean to the passenger side closer. And also you can find a problem in there. There is a couple of wires from the O2 sensor goes right around the engine, like the behind there. It's right behind there, and there is that kind of clamps. Actually, that kind of clamps all over the place, and they hold these wires in there. You need to release these clamps or just remove the wires from them, and then you're not gonna have any issue or problems with all these wires in there. Okay, another suggestion: you take your screwdriver, take all these wires, and you can put them right to the near the wipers. It's in that hole. Next step: use your rack. I believe it's 16 or 15 millimeters wrench. Not wrench, just regular wrench. It's not tight. That's the gas line. Take the and take the rack and put her underneath in there, and easily unscrew the bolt, and the gas will start coming out. That's why you need to unplug the battery before you're gonna work with that. And as far you'll be working with a bunch of wires, you don't want to mess with that. Cover it up, wait for a second, the gas will evaporate and goes away, and then unscrew it all the way. Also, easily don't do it too fast, because might hit some pressure in there or something like that. Keep it towel for a second in there. Then you can also unscrew this old bolt, the 6th one, and after that, that plate holds with 4 11mm bolts, which I already unscrewed it. Okay, before all of that, I already took the air filter, all the vacuum lines. Also, you're gonna need to remove these vacuum lines from the side of the engine, and some wires will still be on the way. Just release all these clamps, put these wires on the side, all these vacuum lines, everything. Be careful with these vacuum lines, because they are really like basically crispy. I mean, it's really easy to crack them, and make sure you're gonna know what you're gonna do. After all, whenever you remove all these bolts, everything, you can remove the plate. Oh, actually, you cannot remove. You're not allowed. You cannot remove it without taking out that actual oil. You also will find that that kind of thing on a cap, and you also will find it on an engine, like the same one, and that's how you can remove it. And so you can put it back, and now we got it. Also had the wire coming from the behind of the engine. Just take it off, and we got us gas line. Last and kind of toughest one thing, you need to have the special tool for these guys. Three long bolts. When you take the brown wire, you were unscrewing that stuff. Sorry, there is 3 10mm bolts in there. Okay, one of the 3 bolts we got here, that one, it's the three brown, it's 6 brown wires. It's connected to 2 for each 2 coils. Got 2 brown wires which goes to the one spot. It's this bolt, and we got a little nut in there. That one looks like that. Just take the nut out. Usually we got it's a 10mm socket in there. Basically, to remove the valve cover plate, you need to unscrew this 3 bolt as well. I couldn't find it's a special tool. It's like you can find a 10mm socket with a tall one, but it's not gonna fit because it's not gonna have the spot for a wrench. What I did, using the 10mm socket, the same one, just insert it and push it all the way to the actual bolt. Use the flat screwdriver as big as possible, and basically we are putting our screwdriver in that socket, like in a corner, and doing a couple of hits with the hammer. Basically stuck there, and then use your both hands and screw it, turn it to the left, I mean, and you will crank it because it's working. And for later on, you can use basically just the regular flat screwdriver, and that's it. That's how it works. After that, you're not gonna have any problems. It's a bunch of bolts would hold the plate. Make sure you're gonna unscrew all of them. Before you'll be taking the plate out, use the toothbrush and brush it all these corners whenever it's right between of the block of the engine and actual cap. Just clean it, most of the top one, because it's like lots of dirt, might some like metal stuff, and you need to clean it out pretty well. There's 28 bolts. It's E10, and just start taking out these bolts, and then we'll see what next.
Yeah, and after all, whenever we take out all the bolts, change the gasket, make sure you will use the torque wrench. You don't want to mess with these bolts. The gasket is pretty tough. I mean, you need to do this with 8 feet per pound. Double check with the internet, but the wrench should be something like that.
I got the last bolt in there. I need to take that piece of fucking, I'm sorry, that piece of the plastic here, that's that pipe, that crankshaft, wherever is that. I hate it. I already hate it, and it doesn't want to go like easily. Yep, it's braked already, like I said before. Just do it, enough pressure, and done. If you're not gonna break it, you're not gonna fix it. The second one goes easier than the first one. Okay. That clamp, it's hold with 4 positions, 4 corner, not the corners, the middle ones. It's 4 clamps in there. Basically, you need to push them like some, I don't know how, but I break it here. You see it? So it's fine. It's gonna work same way, like it wasn't there, but still, this is the crankshaft breather, something like that. Also, I put in the old parts in a trunk, which I take off the first one, the plate. I put it all the way to the end of the trunk, and with that condition, I put in my primer. Primer parts closer and closer to the exit. You can use 2 things, either the rubber hammer, either the piece of wood. Okay, it's probably still needs some pressure in there, but okay, it's almost done. Double checking with all bolts. You don't want to left anything, because you bend it or you break it and you in trouble. That plate will cost you lots of money. Oh shit. There you have it. Give it for a second. Sure, you'll inspect it for any kind of material inside, and you need to clean all this mess here with carburetor cleaner. Best way to do it, use a rack and use a rack with carburetor cleaner. Basically wipe it off out of the engine. Not whenever you clean it, just make sure you're going out from the inside, and all the dirts single time each time. Just take all this shit out, then you'll be safe. Also be careful with these little holes. It's each of that hole, it's oil, oil circle, something like that. It sprays the oil on your valves everywhere, and you don't wanna plug that as well, because it's very important. Yeah, just clean all the grease, all the dirt from the top. It's a bunch of stuff inside. I mean, it's pretty clean. From the previous car I had more problems. It was there was lots of grease in there and all kind of crap, but this one is pretty clean. It looks pretty good. It looks normal. All this dirt, it's from oil, especially if you drive over like 5, 6 to 7,000 miles in the same oil, it's gonna get darker and darker. But the engine trying to clean himself by itself with new oil. Fresh oil, it's the best engine cleaner. If you're gonna change like the oil, like you're gonna draw 1,000 or 2,000 miles on the new oil and then like change them, it's basically you flush the engine. And what you want to do is take a clean rack and clean it all the way. Start with the top. And then get a little into it inside. You also can clean all this mess in there. All the BMWs got the same stuff. It's whenever the oil got evaporated, it sits right near that crankshaft breather, and it goes same spot for sort of amount of time. Suggested to clean it up. Just you can use some carburetor cleaner, but make sure you're gonna wipe it off after. You don't want any of that dirt. You don't want to clog your system, oil system. It's gonna get you lots of troubles. Okay guys, and I finished this stuff, installed connectors, everything. Basically racing part, the cover, and another cover with the air filter. But before that, connect the battery, then kind of open the car and the pump will start working. Then start the car and make sure none of these things got a leak in there. First start will be pretty rough because you lost the pressure in the gas line, but it's on. It looks pretty good. I will drive a little bit without the covers, and we'll warm it up the engine, and we'll see if the oil coming in or not. If everything is good, I mean, we all good. Thanks for looking at, guys. We finished with that. It'll take me a couple hours, but I wasn't doing it pretty fast. It was a pleasure to showing you this stuff. Thanks, guys.
And we're done here. For the next 50 miles you probably will feel some oil burn, but it should goes away after all. And we're done here. Thank you for looking at, guys. Please put a thumbs up, give me any comments. It was a pleasure to showing you this stuff. Have a nice day. Thank you.